I talk to people, there's always really kind of three things that people talk about. One, kind of just going back to, when can I break even? They make this big investment. When do I get my money back? Is my investment safe? And then two, just people are concerned about labor, the employee staffing. And then three, just their ability to get customers, which you already touched on, their ability to get customers. But could you touch on just the ability to find employment, and how many employees do people typically have, and what are the employees actually doing for them?
Well, okay, so let's start there and then let's go to the ramp up question, which is related to ROI. So I would say about 75 or 80% of our people don't have any employees. So they
Okay.
operate on their own. See, we've got a leverage model built into our basic program because we do all the analysis here. Our
Right.
franchisees don't have to spend the time going through bills and tearing through contracts and doing reports. Excuse me. That's what we do. So a franchisee that's motivated to bring clients in, build relationships, consult to them about the results,
Yeah.
that's the person that can leverage this business to seven figures if they want without hiring anybody. Now,
Mm.
we do have some people, like 20, 25%, that do. And usually that's on a subcontract basis where they're just going to share, so it's their little quasi business within their franchise.
Yeah.
Um, so certainly some franchisees do that.
Yeah.
We train and support those subcontractors just like we do the franchisees. So it's quite easy for our franchisees to do that. They don't have to worry
Right.
about paying, nickel 98 employees are going to quit next week or change
Right.
jobs or, they
Yeah.
don't have to worry about any of that in our business. That's not us.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It kind of goes back to, the sexy franchises with like McDonald's, Subway. You get labor that they might not be skilled labor, and it's hard to find talent. And even when you do find talent, to actually retain that talent is a whole nother struggle. So when it's actually 80% of business owners, you're your own employee, you control it. You're not necessarily selling something because you're helping someone save money. It really is just such a fascinating model. So,
Well,
this
I
is
always say in
super
those,
interesting.
there's a lot of models. I don't mean they're bad franchise systems. There's lots of great franchise systems, but a lot of people don't want to deal with those migrant and fickle employees that, they're not high paid, so they change jobs for another buck an hour or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Or, what happens when your baker calls in drunk at 4 a.m? Well, guess who's baking
right.
donuts? You are. Is that what you really want to do?
Yeah,
So a person has to ask themselves or wash
right.
windows, your guy doesn't
Yeah,
show up. What are you going to do? Well, the client needs the windows washed. So is
right.
that what you want to do? And an executive person has to answer those questions before they decide what model they want. So
Right.
there's that we don't have to deal with that stuff at all.
No, that's a great point. And one of the biggest challenges I kind of come up with as I talk to people that are interested in that executive model, they might be in finance in corporate America. They're not looking to get their feet dirty, paint walls and stuff like that. So yeah, you need to find, that model that actually does make sense for what you're looking for. And I do want to clarify, I've brought up McDonald's and Subway as kind of these models, but